Good evening, everyone. Happy Monday evening. I'm your host, Johnson McGain, and I played Hunter on Sajan Block. Hey Hunter and Sajan Block. Um, um, and we are back I am back from my Thanksgiving hiatus. I had a terrific Thanksgiving with family and my cat Leo. We had a great meal. It was this great family time, a nice break. Um, it was great. But now we're back to South John Block, Marathon Madness. So today we're going to talk about the season 8, episode 55. Brotherhood stuffed and stressing me out. And then season 2, episode 11, Craze Week, day 1, probation, email remake. So let's get into it. Let's go to season 8, episode 55, where it's stuffed and stressing me out. I'll be right back. I had to check this email here. Hey, I'm back and ready to go. I just had to check some emails and stuff because my emails were piling up. Alright, but all was good, all was well. Um, So let's begin. So this episode it starts out. He does decide to do a pyramid from the week before Thanksgiving break. The 2 days before Thanksgiving break. That's what he's using. That's what he's referencing for the pyramid this week after Thanksgiving break, which is fair enough. Um, so he does his pyramid for the week in the morning, and then he says bye to Mom and Luke, and then he gets on the bus, he gets to school, he gets to breakfast, and then he goes to eats it, gets on the bus, finishes it on the bus. Sometimes that's just how it is. Um, because with the morning rush. But he gets to Hartman today is an early childhood day with Miss Higgins, so they do work on their lesson plans for the preschool week. Um, and they do their weekly calendar, and then they have their 15 to 20-minute break, and then the second half of the class begins. And then they finish with their lesson plans, weekly calendar. Um, and then they get all their materials and all the things that they need for the preschool week for their lessons, and the rest get prepared. And then the bell rings for Hartman Career Center, and then he goes to back to the high school, study hall, and then lunch. And then he checks in with the Brotherhood at lunch. Well, he gets his Chinese chicken first and puts it down, and then he checks in with the Brotherhood members about their Thanksgiving break and how it went, and they just chit chat about that, and Hunter chit chat about Thanksgiving, and they're all stuffed still from Thanksgiving from all that turkey and pumpkin pie and whipped cream and mac and cheese and green beans and casseroles. I don't eat casseroles, stuffing. I don't eat stuffing, but all their favorite Thanksgiving foods. Um, and they're still stuffed, but Hunter shows them the pyramid, and some of them are stuffed and about to vomit. Some of them because they don't like the pyramid. They complain about it. They complain about Hunter, so it's stressing Hunter out. But he gets through it. They get through it. Move on. They eat their Chinese chicken. They do their TikTok, and then they just finish lunch. And their burger and all that. And then they go to science with Mr. Mindock and Mr. Miller. They just do their lesson and then an activity. And then he goes to Algebra 2 with Mr. Stevens. They have a lesson. And it's pretty hard. And he's stuffed, Hunter's stuffed too. So he's feeling sick, almost wanting to vomit because of the stress in the math. He's stressed out by the birdhood and by math. Oh my gosh! His turkey is mumbling in his stomach still that's left over. Oh my gosh. But he gets food. He goes to police force with Miss Oswald and Hunter are getting their math assignment done for the day. So shh, good. He don't have to vomit. He gets it done. He gets it done. Um, and then he goes to U.S. history with chaotic civics. Um, U.S. history with wild windage, and it's just a lesson and an assignment. Then the bell rings at 3:30 and he heads home for a day, and that's it. Now, let's go to 8th grade to season 2, episode 11, Craze Week, day 1. And all week we're going to discuss Craze Week, day 1, probation email we make. So it starts out, he gets home to the school, he gets breakfast, and he goes to the gym like he always does and does his pyramid. He bases it up from the 2 days before break, because this is also after break. And some of the members that are there complain about it, but just like in 11th grade, um, but he goes to Breakfast Club, Savage Club, Morning Club, whatever you want to call it. And he chats with Erica. They talk about their Thanksgiving break. Erica talks about hers. And then the Brotherhood 2.0 talks about their Thanksgiving break. Chit chat. And then they eat breakfast and then play some games and activities. He does the pyramid for the Brotherhood 2.0, which is better than the first one. Um, so, and then he goes to language arts, first period with Miss Hendricks. They had their bell work and then a lesson, an activity. Um, and then reading with Miss Warnock. They do their lesson. Then they work on their book that they're reading. They're almost done with it before the end of the semester, but we're not done yet. Um, and then but they work on it. And then he goes to pre-algebra with Miss Cornell. It's stressful. He does his lesson, bell work lesson. It's crazy. Then he has lunch. Gets his Chinese chicken Monday, egg rolls, and all that. He talks to the Brotherhood members, and Montana Emily, and they're kind of in a stuffed up mood and a bad mood. They talk about their break, and then they do the pyramid for the members that weren't at the gym, which they're upset about. And then they talk about what's been going on with the drama with the Burhead and his plans. Remember, before Thanksgiving break, I talked about this before. Um, at least first period, the last period of the day before they went home, he sends out email to the members, Montana, Emily, all the members, um, of what's been going on and what's been drama and what the plan is and what he might have to do. Remember, in the last one, he had to kick out one member already, the first kick out, which was Kaysen. So he's upset about that, and he's upset with the jealousy and the drama with the bar and the craziness with the Barhead, which continues with Craze Week. It just gets worse. So he talks about the email and talks about the plan. Uh, but it's just crazy. But they finish eating, and then they go to study hall and then science with Miss Fairchild. They have their bell work and then lesson and an activity. And then he goes to choir, Mr. Neville. They're really practicing harder and harder for their Christmas program, which is coming up very soon, very soon. Um, so, um, but it's coming up soon, so they have to practice very hard. And then he goes to chaotic civics with wild lineage, which is chaotic with the crazy. And then he goes to um, and then he goes to um, oh, and then they have their lesson, and then the activity goes to resource. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but he sees Erica and Miss Moore not talking. And he tells them that you have to go to the counselor's office. Mr. Oh my gosh, am I in trouble? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's crazy. So basically what happened was with the email about probation, about the members and probation members, the temporary kick out of the members. So I guess some of the members, and more so Matina and Emily, were concerned or complained about the temporary kick out, and they thought it was mean, and they thought Hunter was being mean too far, and Mr. Page wanted to talk about it, and they thought it was inappropriate, and they thought it was mean spirited, and they kind of talk about it, and then he apologizes, more so to the two assistants, Martina and Emily, and he comes up with a new plan, has a new idea. But he apologizes and he sends out an email to the Brotherhood apologizing. And it's all good. And then he goes back to his horse. He works with Erica, Jennifer, Kayla, and they get the map done. And it's all good. He was scared that he got in trouble. He didn't get in trouble. He was going to get in trouble, but he talked it out. They figured it out. But he's all good. The bell rings at 3:35. He goes home, and that's it. Craze Week Day 1 and just was started. It's done, but there's much more to go. So that is it for this Marathon Madness. Um, I will see you here Tuesday evening for another episode of Sad John Buck Marathon Madness. Have a great evening. Marvelous Monday night. Happy December, by the way. It's the most wonderful time of year. 'Tis the season to try to be jolly, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. Um, that's another episode. But God bless you and protect you all, and have a good evening. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.